Hello everyone! Today let's talk about clutter-free home. No, that's not a clutter. That's our bed at 3 p.m. I can't function when our home looks cluttered. That's why I'm making it even if it's late like this. Because made bed looks clutter-free, right? However, it still can seem cluttered. I found a blog named Life's Carousel with this term. Visual clutter is what's left even after you decluttered all your space and removed all the junk from your home. It resonates, right? People whose homes considered as tidy have few common habits. It's about working smarter, not harder. For instance, we are sleeping on 2 customized mattresses, but this gap in between is an eyesore. So I came up with the solution to cover 2 single mattresses with a double sheet, and voila, no visual disturbance anymore. How else to make the home seem less cluttered? Go down with number of colors and keep it color coordinated. Too many colors, too many patterns, you got it. In the reality, our bedroom is basically reduced on 3 colors: white, orangish, yellow and grey. For me it looks serene and not draining the eyes. This is something for safe players. However, our living is very bold. But when decorating, I'm trying to avoid competing colors, because then you really don't know where to look. And also I tend to eliminate small but irritating things. Here is one of them. Besides, we have our books grouped by color. It maybe looks weird to somebody, but like probably many of you, I am memorizing books by their cover colors. That way, A. I can easier find what I'm looking for, B. all the picture appears more serene, and C. it also reduces visual stimulation, which is unavoidable when you have open shelves. Another trick: not all bookends must be visible. I think the ones from IKEA would work exactly the same way. We leave the room around the things on our open shelves. If you wish, it's like a negative space which frames few eye catchers. And the airy space always looks less cluttered and lets to rest the eye. The trick? We got more shelves when we need it. You know how much I like grouping the things. It is an eye-tricking method. The multiple items become one item when they are camping on one tray, or a plate, or a larger book, or a board, you name it. Right now, the interior trends are back to the 70s, and all internet is full of elevated trays, made gluing 2 dishes together. Hold my beer. I thought I could add a small baking dish, skipping the glue part, so I don't have to toss everything away when this trend will be over. And actually it looks quite pretty, isn't it? On the dresser in the corridor, we are keeping a pretty plate for catch-up miscellaneous bits and pieces from our pockets. Sometimes there are more stuff, sometimes less, but the main purpose is to fish all otherwise loose ends. In addition, the cleaning is a child's play. The dresser in the corridor was meant for store the shoes at the beginning. But maybe you remember that I recently facelifted our wardrobe, and now the most of shoes we are storing there. But they still reserved one drawer for the slippers and some frequent footwear. After airing, we can quickly hide them in this drawer. And into the top drawers go shawls, beanies and the gloves. But of course, trust me, it happens everything like by everybody. Next month will be that we are living for almost 9 years in this flat, and believe it or not, but until the last December we hadn't a clothes rack. I was assuming that it will attract all our clothes to stay on it for good. We ended up with these share. So I gave up and we got a clothes rack, which we actually like to see on its own. Hence it motivates us to undress it after the clothes got dried. However, I'm trying not to overdo. I still want our home look inhabited. We are keeping minimal number of items on the countertops. I used to have many visible things on this surface. I even tend to arrange them nicely, but you know, there is just this one corner where I can prepare the food. In addition, we place the lamp because it's too dark here. And also it's the most convenient place to charge all our appliances. Hence, by the time some things I removed and placed behind the doors, and the others relocated to the other spot on the countertop. And like a vast majority of the people who consider themselves minimalists, we are putting away our appliances directly after the use. On the other hand, except for a kettle, we possess no microwave, no KitchenAid, no fryer and no toaster. Okay, we also have one very ugly looking food processor, which no one wants to see on the surface, and that makes it easy to vanish. A tip: get ugly appliances. Just kidding. And our refrigerator isn't covered with memo boards and stickers. Yet we got not only memos but also 3 calendars. Our commune as yearly sends an environment calendar with all information about when and what kind of waste will be collected. The other calendar is from the postman. Here are marked all the school and bank holidays. We also have a reminder about what kind of plastic can be recycled, and you usually don't see them behind the door of the cupboard with the most traffic. We also got a couple planner. On the back of it, I stuck the list with the telephone numbers we need just maybe once or twice a year. There are always few paper clips, one for the pen and the others for the memos, which we are sticking directly onto calendar. When I was more attractive, nonsense, when I was more active, I had reminders set on my phone. But now when I'm mostly a homebody, they don't work so well for me anymore. And the Christian was never a fan of them. I am usually setting the timer and let the dishwasher start its circle on the early morning. By the time when we wake up, our dishes are ready for the new day, and we have an empty dishwasher for the new batch of plates and cups, so they are not piling in the sink or on the countertops. There is one more set. Morning dishwasher is also a good wake-up alarm, and ours is pretty much vexing. However, there are still few things what I'm always washing by hand, so my trick is always the same. Wash at least one item when washing your hands, and it absolutely reduces the number of dirty dishes cluttering the sink. Visual clutter sometimes are very small things what we ignore, like the water drops, like a dust on the mirrors or the lampshades, or the fingerprints. What about you? Are you using any of these habits? Or maybe you have your own methods. What would you like to share? Please write them in the comment section. And well, we are using the handles just for opening, not for closing. I recently watched a video from Christina Mikas. Sorry if I mispronounced, but she said something mind-blowing. Get the Hoover that you actually like using. I really love my Dyson. And one more thing. We are decluttering regularly, and I know I said I will speak about managing what's left after decluttering, but it's also often a visual part of our home. In walking distance from us, there is a donating booth. One can leave any item in good shape except clothes. If you haven't such a place in walking distance, then a bag near the front door or a pretty basket in any convenient place can gather all the things meant to leave your house, so they don't sit somewhere like an eyesore. And you can grab them next time you go to the charity shop or such a booth. And well, those were some of our habits that keep our home clutter-free. I hope you could find something what resonates with you. And as usually, thanks for watching. Greetings from Luxembourg. Eddie.